still Chris, and I'm still head of technology. That hasn't changed. Let's move forward. Okay, so we've heard a lot today about AI, and I just wanted to give a little bit of context as to why we decided to finish on this particular talk. So namely, why do we need to embrace AI? We've already heard today about how many tools there are offering game-changing AI functionality. So knowing where to start, how to connect these tools together, how to bring all of these concepts we've heard about together in a way that can unlock the next level is quite a difficult challenge to achieve, I think. Businesses are feeling a lot of pressure to be using AI, whatever that means. And it can be hard to know where to start to measure the effectiveness of such a vague goal. We've already heard that technology is moving at incredible speeds, and it's hard to know when you need to jump on that train. And the decisions about technology are often being made in silos, and AI is no different to that. And the upshot is you have individuals within your team spearheading the use of these tools, but they're not always aligned with the business objectives or the overall structure of your business. And right now, you have a competitive advantage because the technology is so new that most businesses are still struggling to get to grips with it. But now is the time to adopt these tools and transform your tech stack. We need to be taking a holistic view of your business and understanding where AI is going to deliver value. So, it's important not to get too fixated on the solution, i.e. the shiny thing, the AI itself. And instead we need to be focusing on the problem we're actually trying to solve. What is it that the business needs AI to actually do? The details and the mechanics will vary for all of you across all of your different businesses, but the top level points can be quite simple. We want technology to help us be more efficient. By reducing manual elements, tackling repetitive tasks, we want it to reduce costs by making our processes more streamlined, consolidating systems, reducing reliance on external resources. Increase revenue, obviously. We want to capitalize on the opportunities that AI can help us find, just like Jeremy's shown us. And obviously increase profit by hitting all of these others. So where do we start? There's so many possibilities of where we could be deploying AI. I would guess that in some capacity, all the businesses in the room are using AI somewhere. And we've heard how AI agents in HubSpot covering content creation, prospecting, and more. And we could be talking about AI in internal operations, marketing, customer service, and success. But to illustrate the power of what AI can do, and because you'll be glad to hear I only have 25 minutes, we're going to focus in on one area today, sales. More specifically, we're going to look at how connecting elements you've already heard about today, and some new ones, can help your business go to the next level. I want to give you some tangible, real-world examples of how we're using automation and AI to transform our clients' businesses and make sure that they are competing in their space. So we're going to look at how AI and automation can streamline your sales process. Some of the specific examples I'm going to run through are quite B2B focused, but it doesn't mean that what I'm talking about as a general concept is solely a B2B thing. So we'll look at how different areas within an organization as well as different types of businesses can embrace this. But I wanted to be able to focus in on a single concept just to show you how far we can take these elements. So let's start by asking, what do sales teams want? What will enhance their effectiveness? Remember, we're not looking to replace people with this technology. We're looking to enhance them. They want to have more human-human interactions. They want to build rapport with prospects, spend time closing deals, hit their targets, speed up sales cycles, reduce admin, all of these good things. According to HubSpot's 2024 Sales Trend Report, the key areas that sales professionals believe AI can help them: reducing manual task time, being more efficient, understanding customers, and providing personalization. But to achieve all of these things, we need automation to go beyond surface level enhancements and really deliver value in how it interacts with your teams. So on screen, we have a top-level view of a basic sales process, which covers research and lead sourcing, CRM entry, data enrichment, lead qualification, outreach, nurture, pitch decks, proposals, and of course, negotiations and closing the deal. And it's pretty clear that some of these stages present a better opportunity for automation and the introduction of AI. For example, we want humans to have the chance to build rapport with prospects so they can have face-to-face interactions, use their expert industry knowledge to help close deals. Your sales teams, they've got untapped value in their networks. and deep knowledge of their past interactions with those connections. AI will be hard pushed to replicate that. Although you'll probably be surprised just how much ground it can cover. So let's take a deeper look into a salesperson's day. So according to HubSpot's trend report, salespeople are only actually spending 2 hours a day selling. That means they're spending 5.5 to 6 hours a day on other stuff. But what? Could be updating call notes, writing proposals, updating the CRM, creating pitch decks, setting up meeting links, correcting meeting links, syncing calendars, updating outreach flows, you name it. So if we imagine a hypothetical salesperson's day, 9 o'clock, they get in, they review their tasks for the day, then they review their inbox, naturally on a different platform. By 10 o'clock, they're ready to start researching their first prospect of the day. By 11, they're ready to prep their demo and their pitch deck. Maybe by midday, they're ready to have that first call of the day. Then after lunch, they've got to update their call notes, update the CRM. By 3 o'clock, they're ready to send out their meeting links and their follow-up calls, and then they can round out the day by writing the proposal. Might sound a little pedantic, but it's not that far from the truth. If we could use AI and automation to reduce the time for these tasks by half, we could make your sales reps 250% more effective. Give them 250% more time to be selling. And these aren't just theoretical numbers. These are things we are actually doing for some of our clients. And in fact, when we look at some of the tasks in this wedge, we've been able to reduce the time to complete these by as much as 95%. So not just half, 95%. There's a few faces in the room that are saying, I'm already doing a lot of this stuff. And maybe you're automatically syncing call notes to your CRM via Fathom, Fireflies, Otter. You've got automatic tasks to help you keep on top of your opportunities. Maybe using ChatGPT to draft your outreach emails. You've set your tech stack up to record calls and emails into your CRM, and maybe you've integrated your CRM with the other tools in your stack. What we're talking about today is taking these elements to the next level by connecting them together through automation, smart integrations that will transform your revenue systems. The technologies we're going to look at today have now matured and are ready to help transform your internal systems and processes. So how do we extract value from this data? Your CRM might be full of lots of data, and you're going to be missing foundational elements that are going to stop you unlocking the true value of the data. So is your data structured? Is it up to date? Is it clean and accurate? And most importantly, and this is the thing we hear the most from a lot of people when we're on calls and when we go to these events, is it reliable? So what do we mean by structured data? Just to clarify, we're talking about anything from transcripts, call notes, video calls, things that come in, email threads, things like that, things that are messy, unstructured data, and turning them into really lovely structured data within the properties and fields within your CRM. And this is a foundational part of this process, and we'll have a little look at how that works. If we go back to our salesperson's day and think about what 250% really means. If you had a sales rep who's currently closing £500,000 in a year, by increasing their time selling by 250%, they could potentially be closing over 1.2 million. And that's without having to increase headcount in any way within your sales team. So I want to drill down into one specific example that covers a number of elements to illustrate just how far we can take these processes and how much AI is capable of doing when you take the approach that we have taken for some of our clients. And it might not be the one you're expecting, but we're going to look at pitch deck creation. So pitch decks can be time-consuming, manual, and frustrating, which means they're an area that is screaming out to be automated and enhanced with AI. Here's what we've managed to achieve. AI agents scraping data from across the web. We'll come back to a definition on AI agents in a second. Enriching the CRM with structured data. AI agents drafting copy for the pitch deck. Automated logic flows to select different decks to make sure you're fitting your templates. And the output is a fully populated and completely personalized pitch deck ready for use, either as a PDF ready to click send or as an editable template for human approval. So quickly, what is an AI agent? This is a definition from AWS. An artificial intelligence or AI agent is a software program that can interact with its environment, collect data, and use the data to perform self-determined tasks to meet predetermined goals. Humans set goals, but the AI agent independently chooses the best actions it needs to perform and achieve those goals. And the important thing here is the goals. An AI agent has a specific purpose and a goal that is predetermined by its human creator for now. And as we'll see shortly, this focused purpose means we can take multiple AI agents, each best suited to their individual jobs, and we can bring them together with automation flows that ultimately become more powerful than the sum of their parts. So I promised magic, it's time for some magic. So we know what we want to achieve, now it's time to show you how we do it. So let's take a look at what one of these automation flows might look like in reality. This is an example of a more traditional or old-fashioned integration. Maybe bidirectional, but essentially a very linear integration connecting A, CRM, in this case HubSpot, to B, in this case Google Slides or Canva for the slide deck creation. The limitations of this is that your data needs to be manually entered into the CRM before you push go on the integration. And if there are any nuances, for example, different deck templates that need to be selected or messy unstructured data in your CRM, simple integrations simply aren't going to cut it. So how did we solve this? We created a fully automated integration that used AI agents to perform specific functions within a larger logic-based flow, including data scraping from a number of different platforms across the web, turning unstructured data into CRM and automation-friendly structured data. This might include existing data in your CRM or data from external sources, your prospects' websites, for example. Using that data to write unique content to populate the pitch deck, searching Google Images for specific imagery, embedding links, and so much more. The beauty of this approach, as you can see, is we have the ability to use multiple platforms. So where your team might previously have been using things like Perplexity or Gemini for research, ChatGPT for ideation and structure, and then Claude for writing, which means loads of manual workflows, loads of copy and pasting, lots of opportunity for manual error. Now we can deploy AI agents that are best suited those specific roles and get them to work in conjunction with each other to produce even better results. And it's worth noting that whilst this diagram looks quite simple, there are actually close to 600 actions involved in this one particular process, which gives you an idea of just how much time has been sunk into the manual version of this process. The results speak for themselves, so users now have a single click to trigger the entire process from HubSpot. It's over 95% quicker to produce a finished deck. We have better data, fueling a more responsive sales team, which means faster outreach. And in this instance, hundreds of records have been enriched automatically within the client's CRM. But this is just the beginning. Let's be honest, your business is not going to be revolutionized by automating one process. So how do we make that next step? Ultimately, we want to see an AI-infused tech stack with automated processes across your organization delivering compounding efficiencies, all built on scalable systems and processes. And here's AI bot infusing his AI for us. Obviously, he's created by ChatGPT. Which is interesting. This is what he thinks he looks like. So, what does that look like in reality? So sticking to just the sales process for now, let's go back to our flow diagram. So on the face of it, we've created a highly bespoke solution to one single problem. But actually, this bit of the flow is a powerhouse for taking a variety of external inputs in the form of messy, unstructured data and outputting structured data that can be used for far more than just creating a pitch deck. In other words, we've created an AI-infused transformation engine that sits alongside your CRM and takes your business from, we know we should be using AI, but we don't really know where to start, to having an AI-infused tech stack that is scalable, automated, and bespoke to your business needs and organizational structure. And as an added benefit, your CRM is now full of lovely, enriched, structured data. Every feature and every tool, everything Max has spoken about today, everything Jeremy has spoken about today, can feed off of this data. You are turbocharging your CRM and potentially unlocking previously untapped value. So in addition to solving the problem we initially set out to solve, we're now seeing improved ROI from your software spend on your CRM. Win-win. Okay, so how do we scale this up? We've created an engine that enables the flow of structured and rich data across your tech stack, but how do we scale this up in a way that makes your business go to the next level? How do we take it from being a single integration, which covers a handful of processes, to something that has a far-reaching and powerful impact across the business? Here's what the next phase looks like. So, as you can see, we now have additional data that is feeding into our transformational engine. And this time it's in the form of notes, transcripts, video calls, things like that. This type of data is messy and unstructured, but it is packed full of so much useful information. Information that before now was hard, if not impossible, to use to segment audiences, drive personalized automation, or power lead scoring. So using AI to analyze these types of data, we can extract anything from specific outcomes and requirements, for example, for a proposal, to tasks assigned to people in your team or customer sentiment to allow us to triage customer service tickets or automate inquiry responses. The enhanced data inputs enables better segmentation of your CRM. Previously stored, unstructured data can now be used to drive hyper-personalized automation and highly targeted outreach. We can create more assets besides sales decks, including battle cards and marketing collateral. And we can even start using this data to automatically generate highly detailed, customized proposals. And finally, our reporting can be more powerful than ever because we have better data to drive those insights. And this is still just the beginning of what is possible. Really, any process your teams are using to go across the business that are repetitive, that they're doing frequently, can feed into this and can be used for automation and can be enhanced. So across the organization, there are countless processes, including marketing to sales handoff, the handoff from sales to customer success, onboarding new customers, triggering invoices from your accounts team, renewals, automated nurture flows, the list goes on. And these processes are all ripe for consideration to be automated and infused with AI. Not to replace the teams that are currently doing those jobs, but to liberate them from repetitive tasks and create scalable processes and teams across the business. If we take a brief look at the sales handoff process, for example, this one process interconnects with lead assignment, lead scoring, ensuring a single source of truth is shared between teams and potentially between systems. If any of these processes, and by extension any of their interconnected processes, aren't aligned, or the data doesn't flow between them, then your business is going to be missing revenue opportunities and not even realizing it, because the data you need to report on the success or failure of that process just isn't accessible. By addressing processes and systems across the organization, we're able to achieve true scale for your business. So if we go back and remind ourselves of what the problem is we set out to achieve, it's about streamlining your systems, processes, and creating efficiencies to reduce costs, increase revenue, and drive profit. And to do this, we need to be harnessing the technology and using it across the business so we can see those compounding efficiencies and improve alignment across the whole organizational structure. And just before I wrap up, I have a short message, and I really hope this works. I have a short message from a member of the team that couldn't be here in person today.
Thanks, Chris. And thank you to all of you for listening to the talk. I'd love to find out how your organization is embracing AI or where you're finding friction in the adoption process. If today's talk has sparked ideas or just resonates with your current situation, then come and find me for a chat afterwards.
Is that creepy or cool? I don't know. Right, so thanks for your time today. I hope you found all the sessions insightful and useful. As before, please feel free to book a meeting with the team, but better still, come and chat to me. I'd love to hear how you guys are using AI currently and how we can sprinkle a little bit of magic dust on your tech stack. Thank you.